Sometimes it only takes a few minutes for K-pop idols to damage the reputation they have built over the years. One of those is JBJ's former member, Kim Young-gook. He used to be one of the group's most beloved members, but every time he got involved in some controversy, fans not only lost respect for him but also felt pretty disgusted. Amongst many scandals, his worst one involves his 2 cats, which he had brought to the dorm when he debuted with JBJ. The fans were very familiar with these cats as he used to post them often and have even brought them along to a variety program. However, in 2018, a Korean short-hair cat appeared on a shelter's online cafe which looked a lot like one of them. However, compared to the pictures on the online cafe, it was obvious that the cat had gotten a lot thinner and smaller due to neglect. After fans had found out that Young-gook had dropped the cat at the shelter, JBJ's agency was contacted, and then the original poster that shared the pictures mentioned that the cat's owner had already picked her up. Young-gook didn't exactly address the controversy, but he began sharing more photos of his newly adopted Norwegian forest cat, Gagu, on Instagram. He went on to post pictures of his other cats, so it became even more noticeable that his previous cat was missing from all of them. When fans asked about the cat, Young-gook and his agency posted photos of it with her ears cropped out to hide the shelter's stamp on her ear. They did say that the cat was given away to the shelter because she didn't get along with the new cat, but then other evidence of him mistreating the animals came out, and well, the fans found it difficult to believe the statement. After this, he was involved in another scandal when his private Instagram got hacked. In one of the posts that were shared from his private account, he shared a photo of JBJ's albums on the table that the members had to sign, and as a caption, he wrote, "A huge disappointment." Additionally, some netizens found Young-gook's discarded trash containing letters and inexpensive gifts from fans. There were unfortunately a lot more scandals, even involving hate posts towards his fellow members, so you can understand why the public distanced themselves from him. Another idol who lost the public's respect for his treatment of fans was Boys 24's HyunA. Back in 2017, his alleged girlfriend had leaked a voice recording of him in which he can be heard insulting fans in very degrading ways. In the recording, he says that he likes being called oppa, but not by fans. He goes on to say, "It sucks at high-touch sessions, you know. At those events where we hold our fans' hands and greet them, we have to greet 700 or 800 people, and it makes me want to throw up. Seriously, their breaths smell like crap." While it's okay to feel tired out by these schedules, he knew that they were part of his job, so he had no right to disrespect the fans who had helped him to have a career in the first place. As expected, he was kicked out of the group and now uploads covers on YouTube from time to time. Unlike the 2 others, Hongbin, the ex-member of VIX, didn't lose everyone's respect for talking down to fans and insulting them, but for bad-mouthing other groups during a live stream on Twitch. About 2 years ago, he held a live broadcast on Twitch to celebrate his channel's first anniversary and got very honest. During this live stream, he criticized SHINee's Everybody, saying that it was awful and even questioned the addition of idol music to the band's sound. He then watched the music video of EXO's Wolf and said that vampires who represent VIX always win over wolves who represent EXO. He mentioned no one from the Wolves could keep up with the vampires, which was pretty shady according to fans. Hongbin also listened to a Red Velvet remix and went on to criticize them for having a strong color of music and said that he didn't get the appeal. Lastly, while commenting on Infinite's Be Mine, he remarked that he would have confronted whoever did the song's choreography, expressing confusion about the dance choice for such a cool song. Technically, these were just his opinions, but the way he went about expressing them was very rude and unnecessary, so he got a lot of backlash for it, to the point that he had to leave the group. Somi used to be practically an it girl to international fans. Her talent and relatability made her likable even to those who weren't fans. People also used to mention that she was chronically online, staying updated with memes and terminology, which heavily contributed to her being loved by everyone. This all came crashing down when Somi posted a TikTok with a Starbucks cup. Starbucks is currently one of the brands that are being boycotted amid escalating tensions in the Middle East. The company lost billions of dollars in market value because many people are refusing to buy their products over their support for Israel. So when Somi promoted one of their reusable cups in a TikTok video where showing the cup wasn't necessary, many people criticized her for it. K-pop fans argued that since she was up to date with everything that was discussed online, she must have been aware of the boycott yet still chose to promote the brand, probably for a hefty amount of money. Netizens claimed she compromised her morals for money, and well, it became challenging for them to hold her in high regard afterward. Somi has since apologized for it and even deleted the video, but it seems like the public's opinion of her is already set. Jae was undoubtedly one of the most popular members of Day6 back when he used to be in the band. He was the lead guitarist, the one who used to write most of the group's songs, had a very distinguishable voice, and just like Somi, was very up to date with trends and online lingo. People loved his sense of humor and the group too. However, as soon as he left the group, it seemed like something switched in his brain and he was suddenly on a mission to piss everyone off. Fans and casual listeners tolerated his his antics to some degree, but they really drew a line when he called his friend Jamie by a derogatory name. In a Twitch livestream, Jay said, "Okay, now that I'm not in K-pop anymore, I can say this. Why is Jamie trying to be a That's right, I said it, tell her, I said it, tell her." Mind you, this was one of his closest friends he was talking about. A viewer then jokingly told Jay that he might face consequences for his words, and Jay admitted he shouldn't have said it. Even though people thought that he was just joking around with his friend, the general consensus was that he overstepped Jamie's boundaries and had insulted her. This was confirmed when Jamie herself expressed that she had felt offended by the remark. The two patched things up, but it was still sad seeing him hit rock bottom like that and ruin his reputation and potentially even his friendship for a so-called joke. Now, let's talk about idols whom netizens believe committed such serious offenses that they no longer deserve the public's respect. Don't get us wrong, these idols still have plenty of fans and supporters, but everyone began viewing them differently after these incidents. One of them is Twice's Chaeyoung. Being a member of one of the most popular girl groups made her very loved by the public, but this was all ruined when she posted pictures from her trip to the United States. Despite looking innocent at first glance, fans noticed that in one picture, the Hakenkreuz symbol was visible on her shirt. The shirt in question featured Sid Vicious, a bass player from a punk group in the 70s who used the symbol for shock value, but since there are versions of the shirt without the Hakenkreuz, and Chaeyoung bought the one that had it. The issue got very big and caused a lot of turmoil online. People got even more disappointed when it was found out that she had worn the shirt in the past, but it had gone unnoticed. In response to all the backlash, Chaeyoung deleted the post and apologized, but it wasn't enough to get people to think of her the same way again, as in some countries wearing that symbol is a criminal offense and a person can go to prison for it. If you had told K-pop fans a year ago that they would lose all their respect for HyunA because of a relationship she was in, nobody would have believed you, but here we are. At the start of 2024, she posted a picture holding hands with her boyfriend while walking down a beach, tagging former Highlight member Chaeyoung. Fans speculate that they've had a long on and off relationship since 2009, dating back to their time under Cube Entertainment when HyunA was in 4 Minute and Chaeyoung in Highlight, but nobody had expected them to be dating, especially after Chaeyoung's scandal in 2019. Back then, he had admitted to having a one-on-one conversation with Chaeyoung, where the latter joked about getting caught filming a woman in secret. Chaeyoung had watched the video in question and had even made inappropriate comments about it, leading to his withdrawal from Highlight. Since then, Chaeyoung has been shunned by the public for his actions. So witnessing HyunA, who was considered a symbol of strong, confident women, openly dating someone like him was disheartening, to say the least. She has chosen not to talk about the situation since then, but nothing she says could restore her reputation. And lastly, Red Velvet's Irene has dated nobody controversial, nor has she talked badly about her fans, but she did verbally harm a stylist. In October 2020, stylist and editor Kang Kookwa made serious allegations against an unnamed female idol, who later was found to be Irene. The stylist described their encounter as a 20-minute-long nightmare, where Irene reportedly lashed out and insulted her in front of others, causing her extreme emotional distress. Once Irene was identified as the female idol in question, it stirred up a storm. Some people demanded an apology, while others sought to understand the reason behind Irene's behavior. In the end, both SM and Irene issued apologies after a lot of public scrutiny, and Irene went into an unofficial hiatus for a while. However, even after Irene admitted her mistake, netizens continued to criticize her public appearances. People mentioned they couldn't see her in the same way, and even now, almost 2 years later, some netizens find it difficult to think of her as the innocent, sweet idol they used to see.